Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. In between this episode and the last one, I noticed that smelting had come to a standstill because stone was backed up. This chest or this silo where we've had the stone going is completely full now. The stone backed up. We weren't using any stone brick, and the result is quite predictable. Let me turn this off. I don't know why that keeps getting turned on. All right, so what I did here is after the splitter here, before this was going straight down, I brought this over to the other side. This is now going into a warehouse. A warehouse is like 3 silos. It's 6 tiles by 6 tiles. So this goes down this belt into a loader, into the silo, or into the warehouse. And then from the warehouse, I have another loader coming out, and then that goes back down here to this line, which comes across and then eventually makes its way onto the main bus. Now, I don't need this any longer. So I want to get rid of this. And that's not too hard to do, but I do need some inventory space. Actually, I think I might be able to fit it all in the car. Oh, no, I can't. Not even. All right. All right, well, between myself and the car, looks like we can get a good portion of it. It'll take another trip to get all this transferred. Okay. Let's just take the car back over there. I always seem to regret not taking my car when I have the option. Yep. See, good thing I brought it. I wouldn't have been able to empty it. I just wish I was better at driving it. I'm really poorly skilled at it. I think that's a result of too many years playing games like this and not playing any first-person shooters. Okay, so now we've got some good storage for the stone. There we go. I really hate the fact that I have to do this. It looks ugly. I also don't like the fact that my game seems to be lagging again. I think I'm just going to have to start rebooting every time I get ready to record. I don't understand what's causing that. If anybody knows what's causing that, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. Okay, so let's take a look here. This all looks okay. Actually, I'm going to turn this off now until we need it again. All right. And then I can also get rid of that little buffer that I had there. And I think just a regular yellow inserter is going to be enough for that. Yep. Okay. And now we should be making some steel again. All right. Yeah, and this will eventually get itself sorted out. Okay, so that's good. And then I also want to add a warehouse for stone brick. In fact, I think it would be good to add the stone brick to the silo where we're putting the wood. Kind of like we're doing here. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to take all the wood out. and put it in here. Actually, let's... There. Okay, so now we can pick that up. We can put our loader right there. We need to set the filter for wood. There we go. And then this one, we can set the filter. Oh, I can't set the filter because it's pointing in. All right, so let's change that filter to stone brick. All right, and then you can see here that there's some wood on there from when I initially placed it, and then I had to set the filter. To get rid of that, you just hit R to reverse it so that the wood goes back in, and then hit R again, and then it won't come back out. And it'll keep your filter set even when it's going in to the silo, but you can't set the filter when it's going in. So that's just a little workaround, I suppose. All right, and then now the issue we have here is that there's not enough room for a loader coming in and the underground belt. So what we'll have to do is move that. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these buffers here and all these extra power poles. I guess I'll leave that one there. And then what we can do is just run this up here and have the main belt coming out over this way. All right, this is going in now. Okay, and then I just want to put a limiter on here so that I don't allow too much stone brick to go in. Oh, there's my wires. Okay, so we'll put that there, and then we set this for stone brick less than, we'll do the 12,800, which is 1/4 of it. Just because I want to make sure I have plenty of room to put wood, because that's the only place that I can place wood right now. And then we can clear this out, get that put in there. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, and I'm gonna keep a couple stacks for myself. All right, and let's get rid of those. I think just one there in the middle ought to do the trick. Okay. And then eventually I'll move this over to the mall when we have a mall. All right, I think that looks good. Let's see how we're doing here. All right. The other thing I just wanted to mention real quick is that by the time you see this, this will have already been put in place. Because I'm a few days ahead on my episodes right now, but I'm going to upload a copy of this map. When I first started, like before I started doing anything, I saved a copy of this map because a lot of people have asked if I would publish a mod pack, and I would like to just put a pack of all the mods on Google Drive so that you can all access it. But my concern is that that would violate the license on some of the mods because not all of them allow distribution. I think some of these are in the wrong place. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. No, that's right. Okay. So what I'm going to do instead is upload a copy of my starter map. When you have a map, when you go to load a map, let me show you here just real quickly. There's an option here that says sync mods with save. So if you click that, any mods that are required for that save game that you don't have, you can download automatically. Any mods that you do have that are not used on that save game, it'll automatically synchronize it so that mods get turned off and on and downloaded as needed. So you'll be able to do that and get all the mods that I'm using except for the Bob's Mods compatibility pack for SpaceX. That one you'll have to take care of yourself, and I already published another video on how to do that. So hope that helps everybody in case you all want to play along or play your own game with the same mods that I'm using here. That's an easy way to get, you know, those 40 or 50 mods without having to download every single one individually. Okay, so we're going to finish up circuits, but first I'm going to restart the game because this lag is really bothering me. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry for that little delay. I'm not sure if that's helped. Yeah, I probably need to reboot the whole computer. Anyway, so I've gotten some research done. Let's do electronics assembly machine 2. I think that'll be a good one to have. In case you want to pause and read, here's all the latest research that I've gotten done. All right, so let's finish up this electronics area. All right, so we've gotten the electronic components being produced. What's the other thing that we need to add here? This is our schematic. Okay, so next are going to be the actual circuit assembly machines. Yeah, and if I had been making assembly machine 2s, well, I can't do them because I don't have the circuit boards yet. If I had been making those, I could get by with a lot fewer machines, but I guess we'll save that upgrade for if we need more output and don't want to rebuild everything. Yeah, because those require electronic circuit boards, and it's going to be a while before we can make those. You need plastic for those. Okay, so these are going to require, yeah, the brown circuits, the solder, and electronic components. I believe these also are going to need we need fast inserters. And actually, the inserters are going to be too slow until we get more stack inserter bonus. Or any stack inserter bonus for that matter. Okay, so I can do stack inserter, but then you need the first 3 levels of stack inserter bonus before you get anything on regular inserters, don't you? Let's see, stack inserter capacity. Stack inserter capacity. I thought there was another, I thought I had already done inserter capacity. Here we go. That's the one I want. I want inserter capacity bonus too. But that's going to require blue science packs. All right, so we're going to have to wait for that. In the meantime, it's a shame, but we're going to be waiting for fast inserters to be crafted. Okay, and then we can use yellow inserters. No, we are going to have to use a fast inserter on the input as well, because we want to put in, we're going to be using the same inserter for the solder and the brown circuits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start like this before I blueprint, because I don't have too many more fast inserters. I'll get it blueprinted with fast inserters, at least for 1 unit, and then I'll just copy it down, and then as we start making these circuits, I'll be able to make more fast inserters. I can't really make more because I don't have the Oh. Well, yeah, I do. Okay. I'm going to start handcrafting some. That's good. All right. So this is going to be... Yeah, this is going to be our output, and then this is going to be our input. Okay, so we need also... Let's see, if we do long-handed inserters... Okay, one will be able to grab both of those, because 0.434 plus 0.434 is 1. All right, so this is... Actually, maybe... Let me do this again. I'm just going to leave this up here. Output basic inserters. Okay. So this can be... That can be a regular inserter. Okay. All right, so here we're going to have the regular inserters as an input. And then onto the belt, we're going to put the solder. So we need 4 of these. Making the solder or solder, depending on your region. All right, and then these need resin and plate. So we need 6. We need 6 furnaces making the plates. I'm gonna just make that 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm gonna make it 8 so that we can do 2 per. Like that. All right, the normal ratio is 6 of these. Or I'm sorry, 6 of these to 4 of these, but 6 to 4 is kind of hard to make work with inserters, so I'll just do 2 to 1. So we'll have 8 to 4. That means we'll have too many of these, but that's not a big problem. I'm going to need resin getting in here also. And how many machines do I need making resin? 4. Okay, so I'm going to need to revise this yet again. Now, if I have 4 of those and 4 resins, then perhaps I can do a 1-to-1 like this. Okay, I'm going to need fast inserters on the output here. How can that be right? 8 every 2 seconds. Eight every 2 seconds is 4 per second, right? And there's going to be 4, so that's going to be 16 per second on one side of the belt. Yeah, so my belt is going to be... But, okay, so here's what I can do. Since I need 4 machines making the solder, and I'm going to have 16 machines making the actual circuits, I will just put one of these every 4 of these along this belt, and that way I won't saturate the belt if I put them all here at the beginning. That sounds like a good idea. All right, and then we need this. So this is going to need a belt with lead and tin plate. Let's put some more path. I hope I'm going to finish this episode, but but I just don't know. All right, basic inserters. I want basic inserters on this. 6, okay, yeah, so it's just barely 1. So one yellow inserter on each will be enough to feed it. As well as on the output. All right, so now we just need to get wood to this, and we can do that. We can do that right here. Like that. Okay, so that's wood. This is lead and tin. And this is going to be regular circuits and solder. Nope, one fast inserter is all that we need. Okay. So if that goes on the far side of the belt, then that means that we need the brown circuits to come here and side load. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up. I think we're ready to start making these things. All right, so let's get the brown circuits first. I'm not sure how far over I need to go here. All right, so that's going to come down here. Oh, I'm out of belts. Okay. Fortunately, I don't have to go far for those. And I'm gonna try not to zoom out too much so that I don't start getting lag. Actually, let me turn my FPS back on. That way I can see how far I can go without really hurting things. And I wonder if this is associated with... God, that's horrible. I can get in... Yeah, I can come out about this far before I start to lose FPS. I think it's got something to do with the mods, because I don't usually have that problem in the vanilla game. All right. So there are those, and then this needs to be wood. So let's get that set up. I think wood is this third belt here. Yep. Speaking of wood, we're going to need to check on our crawler before too long. All right, and then the last belt is going to be a combination of tin and lead. Which are these two guys here. All right. So that's right here. We're going to need to jump across. I have, I always seem to have an odd number of underground belts, which means that I've got a single underground belt somewhere on the map. If anybody can find it, I will, I'll give you my thanks. I'll give you my public thanks. I know that's going to be a great incentive to you. All right, and then let's see. And that's how we can make a combo belt. in the middle of the bus. Is it cleaner if I do it this way? Yes, that is better. That is better. That is more compact if we back this, if we back that splitter up one. I like that. That is nice. Okay. Oh, I need fuel for the furnaces also. You know, I could... We could just use wood for fuel. If we use wood for fuel, that will be somewhat wasteful, but I'm hoping that before too long I'm going to be making wood using Angel's processes. In fact, I think after we get the mall set up, I think that might be the next activity for us. Yeah, let's do that. So what we'll do is we'll just put a couple of inserters like that. I'm going to need another power pole just for you. Okay. And then we need to change the pickup position to down here. And then this one we change the pickup position from the bottom as well. Just make sure it works. Yeah. Okay. So now I need, yeah, so for every 4 of those, I'm just going to copy this. For every 4 of these, we're going to repeat this setup below. Okay, and then I'm just going to alternate the offset here. So that way we're placing the circuits on both sides of the belt. Wow, that looks awesome. I'm really happy with this. All right, and then I'm going to put some in a chest. 2 stacks should be enough. We'll do that. Let's put a light. I'm going to put a light on every one of these just because I'm so happy that we're making these now. These are like celebration lights. Okay. Whoops. Don't want to do that. Okay, so now I can start making lots of fast inserters. We can make them by the pound practically. Okay, no, not those last ones. There's another stack. Oh, that feels so good. Sorry if I'm concerning any of you. I'm just very pleased about this. Okay, and this is not even consuming the solder as fast as we can make it here. So is there a problem in my calculation here? We need 4 for 16, so that's a 1:4 ratio. It's 1:1 for the resin. That seems to be doing fine. What is this? I don't know if you noticed, but there's some tin on the wrong side of the belt. That was strange. I'm not sure why that occurred. Okay. inserters seem to be doing fine. These are all running. But we're not using nearly as much. This needs 1 solder per 1 second. And this makes 4 per second. It makes 8 every 2 seconds. That's 4 per second. These have the same crafting speed. Huh. So I'm not sure why this belt is... Well, maybe it's just because I started with it already backed up, and we're replacing what's on the belt as fast as we need it to. So let's see what happens if I just extend that belt and let it run out. Then probably I'll just see the belt maintain its same level of fullness. Of course, I'll need to consume it as well. Let's just watch and see if that's what happens, actually. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. So now we just need to blueprint basically that section like that. Except for this, I don't need that buffer. I just want to copy the rest of this. That means I can remove that. And I can remove that. Yeah, from this underground belt down is what I need to duplicate. And I need to remove this last belt segment for the wood. Nope, the last 2 actually. So that's where my furnaces are going to repeat themselves. What am I missing? Oh, I need to remove that. Okay. Now it is lining up perfectly. And the nanobots are pretty darn fast now. That's actually pretty good. Okay, and one more, right? And we're out of belts. Let's go get more belts. Oh, and we're out of power poles too. Let's craft some more. Yeah, so I think we're gonna need... Well, this is gonna start consuming wood pretty quickly, but I don't have any automated consumers of these circuits yet. Speaking of consuming, though, we should probably keep science moving along. Let me see if there's anything else obvious here that I need to get. Steel metal mixing furnace. That's probably not a bad thing to have. I don't need water bore. Automation 3. No, I can't really use that yet. I don't need lithium that I know of. Flammables unlocks a bunch of stuff that I don't need for a long time. Cargo robots 2. Yeah, see, that's all like next tier stuff, pretty much. Yeah, you know, I can't really see a lot of stuff that I really am in desperate need of. So I think we just... let auto research do what it wants. Even automated train deployment, I don't really need the train deletion stop right now. So yeah, we'll just let the automatic science do its thing. Okay. All right, so that is fantastic. We've got... Did I get the belts? Okay. All right, we can remove that. We can remove that. I just want to get rid of the extra belts that we have here. And the wood. Okay, and we're waiting for power poles over here, I think. Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this build is way bigger than what I actually need, but I'm pretty proud of this. I am somewhat pleased with myself. Okay, now I know we need to replace some inserters. So let's use the upgrade planner to make this easier. So let's change. We need to change yellow to blue. Right there. What about here? These need 3 per half a second, so I think, whoops, upgrade planner is what I want. I think those need to be updated. 2 copper per second is fine. We can do that because we have stack size of 2 now. But you know what, let's replace them anyway. And what about over here? This gives us 2 per second, so we're fine there. 2 per second, we're fine. Yeah, I mean we can do 2 per second with a yellow inserter with our stack bonus. At least I think we can. Let's double check that. Yeah, 0.9. Okay, well, it's time to move on, I guess. Let's see how I'm doing on time. Yeah, I've got 2 minutes left, so for the mall, what I'm going to do is use my blueprint from the last series that I did. So I'm just going to import that into the game. Okay. Export to main inventory. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. There it is. Okay. And I'll make sure that there's a link for these in the description if it's not there already. All right, and this is going to show a lot of stuff that I don't have yet. Or there's going to be assembly machines that don't show any recipe because of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll leave it at 4. All right, so, you know, and this, like, if you saw my last series, you know that this is essentially a gear factory that makes some useful byproducts. You know, so these are express belts, which we can't make yet. But all the stuff that we can make, I guess, will be made. We got rail stuff here, which is important. Okay, I'll go ahead and remove these so that we can use the factories where they're needed. There are some red belts, which I don't have yet, so I'll start by making those yellow. All right, and then I had some constant combinators that I put there just so you can see what goes on what belt. So this is brick, stone brick, steel and copper. That's iron. This is iron. And this shows incorrectly the tiers of circuits that we need. I actually want the brown circuits and the next level circuits that we're making now. So those are going to get, excuse me a second, my timer is telling me that time is up. So this will be a combination of these basic circuits and basic electronic circuits. I think that's the name of them. Basic circuit board and basic electronic board. That's what they're called. So those get combined there. All right, so between now and the next episode, I'm just going to remove the stuff that I can't make yet. But between now and the next episode, I'll finish building all this. As I mentioned, I will replace all the red logistics with yellow to begin with. But then we'll start making the red belts, and then once I have it, we can fix it again. Basically, it's just the iron line at this point that should be red. Everything else can be yellow. So I'll work on that, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.